Autumn has come to upstate New York. Fall colors abound, and we welcome you inside Highmark Stadium here in Orchard Park. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Buffalo Bills. A pair of 3-0 teams set to lock horns for the right to remain unbeaten. And we're off in week 4. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone.
On the return, the Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Come on, set!
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
From the 35 on second down, Lance. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the...
And it's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it, and the Bills are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times, 2 interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And the Bills hit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
He'll get this up to about the 44.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defense in front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Cook again. And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes this up to the 47. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Tucker. And he is going to have the Bills first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. You got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice sustained series to begin the game. It will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. First carry for Raheem Mostert. And he's going to be met at about the 43. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
To throw, it's Allen. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this will stay a 1-score game as the lead will hold at 6.
I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you have the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Brought down by Ed Oliver.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On the option right is Lance. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. So a designed run all the way, and he took it the distance. I don't know that anybody saw that coming.
Well, on this play, how about the vision of him, being able to see the open field, make his move, and get there. Oftentimes, defenses have a spy for the quarterback position to try and take care of it. On that play, if they did, it certainly didn't
lost.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they were in field goal range last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals. Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. And Diggs has it.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
9 yards on the play and a first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
2nd down, here's Mostert again. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Allen gonna throw. And the Raiders have got him. Max Crosby in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And that sack, Charles, just looked like a case where a speedy defensive end is a little bit quicker than the offensive tackle.
Yeah, it makes it difficult for a tackle to determine what exactly to do. Do you do the kick slide and try and get back in the pocket?
And this is going to be intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And the Raiders are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. Airing this one out for Evans. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's the Raiders punter now. Back deep, Naheem Hines. Fielded at the 20. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, the goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
On 1st down, Allen. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Max Crosby. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
To try again after the sack. Allen Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
56, 56. Five wide.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10.
At their own 46-yard line.
Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
2nd down, Jacobs once more.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Ready.
Lance now on 1st down.
He finds his target. It's Evans. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he is going to lose yardage here. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage. And now 3rd and 11 coming up. Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Shotgun now for Lance. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there, because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice game.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
2nd down, Jacobs once more.
And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Here we go. Going red. And cycle.
And they'll go for it. Lance.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Bills are going to get the football back. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. to the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right? Whether you're catching with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that will bring up second down. Now Allen. It's complete to Diggs.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Throwing on first down is Allen.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs, and he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
To throw on 2nd and 6.
Lance, he'll swing that out wide to Jacobs. He'll get it inside the 20.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Down.
And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Jacobs going to try the middle, fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
You know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by David Long. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it. And that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
They'll run right here with Jacobs. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. 2nd and 5 now. Lance aiming for Jacobs. He's got him, reeling it in on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Lance looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a one-point game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 45-yard line. Left side, Cook. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or a man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
It just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On 2nd down, Mostert. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Allen. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
A run with Mostert up the middle, and he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
That was a really nice play, being able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. And now they'll throw with Allen. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Khalil Mack. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
And the passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
On 3rd down, here comes Mostert.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Oh, that was never on target. It's no good. Wide to the right.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Now, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. 41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
Lance now to throw.
He's going to air one out. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the 3rd quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there. They expect to connect on more before this one's over.
Ready?
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go. Ready?
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Add this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays. Great time there to come up with his longest run of the night. We just saw it.
Leads to a lot of satisfaction because if they're able to hang on and win this game, you know what else will happen in the locker room after this?
What's that?
Head coaches step up and go, great job, guys. Because of that.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
Josh Jacobs with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders will add to their 4th quarter lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. Just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and two-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Throwing to start the drive. Allen. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now he dumps this off over the middle. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. The Bills on 3rd down. 6 conversions in 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 8. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
13 yards on the play.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10.
He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
From the gun, a run with Mostert.
And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Now Allen, gotta have this one. The Bills drive stalls out on 4th down. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on 4th, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much 4th downs were emphasized. You know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. You know, if people are going to go for it on 4th down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
And they will finally catch him, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
107 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Here's Jacobs, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
They go option right on 2nd and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Trey Lance
with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Raiders are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead.
Well, Charles, he's already proven that he's not afraid to tuck that football down on the option, and he's into the end zone for the 2nd time in the game.
And that's exactly what you need from your quarterback. The ability to run the ball fearlessly. And in fact, many quarterbacks will tell you running the football doesn't scare them. Standing in the pocket and taking blindside hits, that's what terrifies them.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that fourth down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Allen looks to throw on 3rd and 1. And that is incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
One final try here for Allen. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Ready.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a give to Jacobs running right. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here we go. Here we go.
They go with Jacobs. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. He'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on third down.
So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. Well, on one side of this, Charles, an impressive victory. On the other, I mean, you think about it, they scored in the first quarter, but then they didn't score in quarters 2, 3, or 4. They're going to have a lot of work to do before stepping back on the field.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting tape to analyze, won't it? Because why did it work in the first quarter, but nothing in quarters 2, 3, and 4? So we always talk about adjustments. You don't just wait till halftime. You're doing series to series. They'll be working on that in preparation for their next game.
So for Las Vegas, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals.